I tell you, little man, you're getting big quick. Look at you. Yep. It's amazing. Won't be long. You'll be walking without that thing. Morning, everyone. Welcome back. It's been a few days. Well, I've got a lot of things happening personally. We had school started. The kids went back to school this week, so I had both the shy one and pretty girl both to get ready for school, run them back and forth. It was kind of a little hectic. It's Thursday, so it's late in the week. Once again, I'm faced with the same dilemma. These damn animals. I'm really at a loss of what to do about these damn animals. I'm at a point where I think I'm just going to have to go get some fencing and put fence around each one of these trees to keep the animals from destroying them. Now, these mosquito traps, I'm checking them. The fish in this one are still alive. The duckweed is doing wonderfully, so I may actually pull some of the duckweed out of this. But the fish are in here. They're doing good. Now, if you remember, when we put these in, there was water all over the place. And today I want to show you why we have these. Because right here, the canal is bone dry. All the water in the swale, except for one section, the water is soaked in completely. So the only place we have standing water right now is here. So if mosquitoes want to reproduce, they have to come here to lay their eggs. And this is why we put them here. Mosquitoes come here to lay their eggs, and that will feed the fish we have inside this tank. We're doing a little cleanup work in the food forest. Brought the chipper over to the food forest. The guys are chipping up the stuff we cut down. But in permaculture, one thing we always talk about is returning the surplus. This stuff is surplus. We're going to return it to the ground. We'd prefer to return it where it falls, but we can't do that now. So we're just going to chip all this stuff up. Now, I know a lot of purists are going to say, why use a chipper? You should just cut the stuff and drop it and let it rot slowly. And sure, that would be wonderful. This soil is so bad, we don't have time to wait for that. We're going to chip it and let it rot quickly instead of slowly. Maybe in a year or two, after we've got a little more establishment and we have some more time, we will just cut and drop without chipping. But we need to get material into this soil as fast as possible. We don't have time to let this stuff rot slowly. After we're done, and we're going to spread it around the trees we're trying to save, the ones we want to give the biggest boost to. I brought a bunch of trees in. The guys have been working over here. They're almost done. And we've got an issue. One of my neighbors was setting fire to something, and we got a nice big section over here that's burning. Now, this happens every year. This is something I watch out for. I really wanted to cut the grass so we didn't have this issue. Now, luckily, we put this road in here, and that stops the fire from crossing. I need to move this road over here so it'll run along the edge of the property. Hopefully, doing that will stop this from happening in the future. Unfortunately, this is the way it is here. You know, welcome to Jamaica, my friend. This is the way they do things. They burn everything and nobody pays attention to what's actually where the fire goes. This is what I call the branch. Now, we will tie this in with another swale up here, about 60 feet down. That swale will run the whole length parallel to this swale. And by irrigating both of them, we'll be able to control at least huge areas of this. Then we're going to bring animals in here to graze the areas where we've got grass. This here's a food forest. We're about to plant this section out. Then we're going to have about 50 feet of grazing grass, and then another swale and another food forest. By having the second swale and the food forest, we're going to eliminate a lot of the grass that would burn. We're also going to irrigate more effectively. By having the swale in place, we'll be able to run the water through the swale system through the branches into the second swale and run the whole length. This food forest really is not going to burn. We've got a thick, heavy mulch. We've got multiple layers started. And this area is well irrigated too. This swale right here does a great job of irrigating this stretch. So this area, even if the fire comes through, the fire's going to stop at the edge. It's not going to get into here. Let me give you guys an example of what I'm talking about. Right over here is where this fire rolled through. It probably burned 6 or 10 acres. Now, I'm right here on the edge of the food forest. Here's the food forest. All right, here's the food forest right here. Here's one of our orange trees. So, you can see where this fire stopped. And it stopped because we've got good irrigation through this swale. So when we run the second swale, we're going to get the same benefit. We're going to stop this fire from taking over. I've got about 1,400 feet of swale here, and I only have food forests in about 110 feet of it. So I've got a long stretch to plant out. Now understand, every single burn that we have is placed directly on a stump that we're trying to kill. All right, this area was heavily wooded. We need to clear all of this stuff. We need to kill these stumps so they don't come back. We want what we want to grow, not this other stuff. We cut this stuff down for a reason. And that is a hot pile. Man, look at that thing still steaming. Look at that. A nice hot compost pile. Well, I tell you, this pile looks beautiful. Does not stink. It's a good sign. It means we got enough carbon in it, and it's been cooking enough to really take care of that. This thing was getting a little nasty. Now it's just beautiful. Super hot. Really nice hot pile. Now over here in the food forest, the last thing we're going to do before we head home, this cashew's been brutalized by the cows or the goats, or the cows and the goats. They brutalized this thing bad, but we covered it with newspaper, put newspaper all around it, and we took the chips that we chipped up today, this pile here, took some of it, gave it a good thick mulch. Hopefully, next week, or maybe tomorrow, I'm going to get some fencing. I'm going to start taking steps to protect some of these trees. We got to stop these damn goats and cows from destroying this stuff. You know, I've been talking about fire because we had that fire over there, but just as I am ready to pack up, we got a big fire coming over the horizon too. Let's see if I can get a look at this thing. It's hard to say, but look at this, look at that. That whole area there. Take a look, this whole area. Look at how much smoke is coming. That's a sign. This happens every year about this time. We get drought, we have heavy rains in the fall, then everything dries out and there's always a fire, always. There's a fire over there too, another real big fire. Fires are just everywhere out here. And this happens every year. We have this every year.